need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now. Told him on the lay. I've been moving, dog. Yeah, I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk. Don't care what they say. I don't got no patience. I can't ever wait. I've been trying to get it. Running up all these digits. And I've been in the gym. I've been up doing minutes. I just put in that work. Told them it's strictly business. And I see through the face. They all just burning bridges. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Yeah, they don't want it done like I want it, dog. Yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off. I've been going down the list, checking numbers off. I was checking on your numbers, told them something's off. I was at the bottom, now you know I'm climbing. Now they sending deals, they know I ain't signing. They been trying to sell it, they know I ain't buying. When they send a text, dog, I ain't replying. Feel like John Morant, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Guys, I say every single weekday. I talked about this yesterday. I do have I almost said my uncle's baptism. My cousin, guys, I can't talk today. My nephew's baptism is going to be this weekend, so I am going to be traveling tomorrow. I don't know what the timing is going to look like. If something goes crazy, I will try to go live, but again, I don't know exactly what the situation is going to be, so just a quick little heads up. Tomorrow may not be a normal day of content, just to get everybody up to date on that if you were not in the live stream yesterday. But tonight, we are here, guys, and Bitcoin has finally decided to do something at the bottom of that value area. Sitting at that value area low, it decided to do something that we typically do expect at value area lows, and that is to get a little bit of a bounce. Now, the question is this the bounce that we're looking for to bring us up to those new all-time highs, or are we just coming up to put in that macro lower high once again before some more downside? So I'm going to take a look at the charts with you guys today. It's just nice to see Bitcoin move, to be honest. It gets real boring when we start to range around for a couple of days, between, in a little like $1,000 range. So it's going to be another amazing show for you guys. Tonight, we're going to be taking a look at those key levels you need to have your eye on. So maybe next time we come up to one of those key levels, you could take a trade before the bounce or the dump, depending on what we're looking at today. But with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead. Don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes you guys get will give you an increased chance, not a personal increased chance to win a giveaway, but we will. The more likes we get every single week, we add more giveaways to the weekly giveaways. And if we get 850 likes on tonight's live stream, I will drop $100 in XRP to one lucky CandleMafia member tonight. So smash that like button if you guys have not already. I already saw everybody spamming that smash the like button emoji. But let's just go ahead and say what's up to the Mafia real quick before we jump into the saucy price action, guys, because we do have a lot of really interesting stuff to look at. Let's see. Hey, shout out to Retro. Shout out to Retro Mike. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, a moment of silence for Mr. XRP, a.k.a. Wick 589. Is Wick Mr. XRP? Shout out to Wick589. He's probably in here if I had to guess. But shout out to Retro Mike, dude. Thank you so much for that super chat. And hopefully Wick is okay. I didn't know he was Mr. XRP. But shout out to you, Retro Mike. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. We got Bartholomew in the chat. What is going on? Said 100K. Next week, easy long. Shout out to Bartholomew. I hope you're right, brother. But we got V-Slim in the chat, OG of the CandleMafia. What is going on, bro? Always happy to see you in here. We got Cali Crypto Dude in the chat. Says smash that like button. He said it, not me. But shout out to, I'm just going to call him God. Shout out to God in the chat. We got Tyler Dirty, Crypto Billy, Rob the Crypto Sound, Crypto Anon, Captain Kirk. Shout out to Captain Kirk. And shout out to all our mods, guys. Give them some love in the chat. You guys know we love them immensely as they make this show possible. Otherwise, chat would just go absolutely ballistic. But shout out to the mod. Show them some love in the chat. Let's see. We got Pennywise in the chat. Bada boom. Gen X DGen. What is going on? We got Mr. Woof in the chat. And Golden coming in right on time, apparently. Shout out to Golden for gifting those Frankie Candles memberships. 50 of them. So if you're new here and you just got a green name, you now have access to special emojis. Welcome to the CandleMafia. And with all that being said, guys, shout out to Golden. Drop that golden emoji in the chat, and let's do one of our golden waterfalls. It's waterfall specifically, guys. Drop that golden emoji for our boy. And with all that being said, let's drop some sauce right on top of that. Let's go ahead and jump on into it, guys. I got my stream deck all messed up here. There we go. Let's go ahead and jump on into the charts, guys. Oh, my God. Golden, they love you, bro. They love you. Look at the golden emojis in the chat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yo, Golden, it blows my mind every single day. Oh, my God. Chat rate is above a 60. Unbelievable. But, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts here. Also, real quick, I just want to shout out real quick. Shout out to Tony for gifting the membership. And shout out to DMB Smurf for also gifting a membership. We're already at 52 memberships gifted, and we haven't even started the TA yet. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. So, guys, obviously, what I want to do here is I want to start with a little bit of context on what we've been looking at on the chart recently. Or over the past couple of days. And again, we are stuck. We're not stuck, but we are ranging in between this larger range with our value area low sitting here between, value area low sitting at about 65K, value area high sitting at $71,100. And this is our more macro range, right? And then we have this little micro range here that we were scalping. And then we also had this little micro range down here yesterday. But that was just really for context for little scalp longs, right? But for the most part, This is our major range here, right? This is what I'm calling the current macro range. And yesterday, simply put, I mean, even not yesterday, but a few days ago, right? We came up here. Well, not a few days ago, but we came up here, and then we bing-bonged around. We were scalp longing, scalp shorting this range for everything it was worth in the premium Discord. Nice little beautiful range to trade there. And then obviously over the weekend, we did get a tap on that macro value area high with bearish confirmations for a push all the way back down to our macro value area low, right? And this is what we were looking at yesterday, saying kind of, hey, if we bing bong around here and we get bearish confirmations and we decide to come out of our local range here, we can then simply remove that range from the chart. And again, this is the range I'm talking about, this little value area. If we were to break down decisively out of that range, we could simply get rid of that range and zoom out and look at the more macro range. And that gave us the understanding that very simply, if we lost that range, we would go to the POC and the value area low, right? And then at this value area low, as you guys know, I actually have a little bit of a tragic story. Not tragic. I mean, I'm not tripping over it. But I know a lot of people who would be tripping if this was the case. But I want to break this down. But let me just explain kind of what happened here. We went to the POC, back down to the value area low. As you guys know, the past couple of days, we've been talking about that long setup in the premium Discord that we were looking at this value area low. And, you know, even if you're not in the premium Discord, if you tune into these live streams every single weekday, at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you would know that, you know, as you're coming down to this value area low, this would be at least a place where you would want to look for a long. And obviously, you are going to be expecting at least some kind of a bounce off this level. We had that set up in the Discord. We wound up taking the trade. It was bing-bonging around a little bit here. We were struggling to get above that POC, but the idea here, guys, was that you look for the long here, right? Stop loss below the lows. And then, you know, you look for this move up, and then I would have, well, I'll explain what happened in a second, but you're looking to go to the POC, and then once you flip that POC to support, you're looking for a potential journey back up to your value area high. And simply put, guys, once again, and this has, I mean, I don't want to say it has nothing to do with me, but this is not because of me. This is because of the TA and the stuff that we teach here based off the volume profiles every single weekday. Simply put, we came down to the value area low, look for the long, and here we are with that long playing out absolutely beautifully. Shout out to the premium Discord and, or the kitchen as I like to call it. Unfortunately, guys, I was actually in this position, and I, to be honest, I don't know what exactly happened. I got stopped out at like a $34 profit. I don't know what happened. My stop loss was lower than where I got stopped out at. This is typically where the old me would be like, oh, the exchange screwed me over, rah, rah, rah. But I know through experience that even if that is the case, that is not going to benefit me moving forward having that mindset. So I'm just going to take the assumption that I probably messed something up. Maybe I got a number wrong. Maybe I put the when I typed in my stop loss price, maybe I put the wrong number in. I mistyped. This is the importance of focusing when you're trading and not trying to get into willy-nilly trades while you're out with your friends or at work. You got to be paying attention to what you're doing. So unfortunately, this wound up being basically a break-even trade for me because I got stopped out before it came out, before it wound up coming up, even though my stop loss was moved to below this wick. So I do not know what happened here. I must have messed up the price if I had to guess. But I'm not tripping, guys, because obviously I am still holding multiple longs. It was just that little scalp long from the bottom of the range that I got stopped out of. But I am still in a few pretty good amount of longs right now. And to be honest, it could be argued that I was a little bit too heavy on the longs, you know, so I'm not really worried about it, right? Because I'm still making money on this move up. I could try to pull those trades up in a minute. But first, let's break down where we think price can go next. So does everybody hit me with a hashtag value or a sauce emoji if you have a membership? Hit me with that in the chat if you guys understand and you guys are kind of just tracking with what we've been looking at the past couple of days. And if this was not a complete and total surprise to you, you know, and not only the drop to the downside, but also the bounce off the value area low. Hit me with a hashtag value. Hit me with a sauce can if you got the membership. So let me know you guys are following along with what we're looking at. And now the question remains, what comes next? Now, for the most part, guys, just like yesterday, as we signed off the live stream, that POC was our big significant key level of resistance, right? Now, why is that? Well, number one, it's the POC of the range, highest area where the highest volume was transacted, making it a very strong level. However, this was the line in the sand, right? Because if we were able to get above this level, we were looking for a bigger move up, which is exactly what happened today. But if we could not get back above that POC, we were a little bit cautious for another move down to some other key levels. I'm not going to go over them because we're now moving up, right? So they're not as relevant. But we were really looking at that POC as kind of that line in the sand. Are we going to get above it? If we can't, we were going to expect a potential breakdown back below this value area low. However, the bullish case played out. We got above that POC, and now we are getting a little bit of a pullback back to potentially bullishly retest it, which brings me to the current state of the price. And that is, simply put, guys, for me, right? For me, as long as we hold above this point of control, right? And I'm going to minimize some of this stuff here, right? Because it's just because we got this pump. I'll be honest. It's not all sunshines and rainbows. It doesn't mean that we won't just keep going up. But I want to talk about everything here because there is a lot of stuff that I'm looking at. But I'm going to hide some levels here. I'm going to hide this Fibonacci retracement real quick. And I'll hide this daily naked point of control as well, just to clean things up, right? Simply put, if you're feeling confused with all the levels, you go from the value area high back down to the POC, back down to the value area low. We got the long entry and the bounce off the value area low. Now we are above the POC, potentially anticipating, as long as we hold above that POC, we could potentially look for a move up to the macro value area high. Now, there are some things based off the indicators such as Market Cipher and Lux Algo that could potentially, aid in this move up, right? Or also indicate a potential continued move up. But let's not forget we have some of the key levels above us, right? Simply put, we came back up and we actually I'm going to hide this fib, right? Because don't forget, guys, right? When you pull your fib from the high all the way to the low, we did get the rejection and a technical lower high on this key level of this, which is the 786 Fibonacci retracement level, also the value area low. But the reason I'm focusing on the fib level here is simply because, where are you expecting a macro lower high to come in if you are going to put one in? Well, generally, it's going to come in somewhere on that golden pocket 786 retracement, and we did reject that level, right? So for me to really hold on here and say we are definitely going to get a breakout or very likely going to get a breakout to new all-time highs, I want to see a definite break of the 786. So in the longer term, I do just want to mention that. I also want to dive into the local price action here. We're going to look at exo charts in just a second. But, once we crack that 786, this is probably where my line in the sand is going to be for a break of the all-time highs for that lower high reasoning, right? So what else did we do here, right? If I hide this fib and we pull a little bit of a local fib, right? We'll pull it from this high to the low. You can see here, we came, either way, right? From this high to this low, we came up to the golden pocket retracement, and if you pull the local retracement, you can see we did come up to that. Let me get a lower time frame here, just so I can get a little bit more of an accurate pull. Yeah, I would probably pull it to here, right? So you come up, you test the golden pocket and the 786, which did give us a local lower high as well. But simply put, I don't want to really overdo this and confuse people. Simply put, this POC right here, for me, 67,196 is that key level of support. As long as we're able to decisively hold support above it, I will be looking higher. Obviously understanding that we have this daily naked point of control. So be another key level of resistance on the way up, right? Because again, you want to remember here, higher time frame money flow. I was talking to the premium Discord about this earlier. The higher time frame money flow, guys, although coming up locally, right, if we're looking at, and I know there's a lot of Mafia members out there right now, when you're looking at this 12-hour, money flow coming out, green dot printing, what are you thinking to yourself? Understanding that the money flow indicates the longer-term trend, and the green dots indicate the ebbs and flows or noise in the market. What are you doing? What are you thinking when you're looking at this 12-hour? Well, for me, I am thinking, hey, if this money flow is not going to fake out, which arguably could be a high likelihood of happening, but just simply looking at the indicators and the information we're given on the chart here, money flow coming out on the 12-hour with a green dot printing would tell me this, that we would likely get a lackluster, and we looked at this yesterday, I believe, a lackluster push to the upside. And as long as your money flow continues down into the red and eventually crosses over, it is going to be more likely than not that this green dot is going to give you a lackluster push to the upside before putting in a lower high and continuing back to the downside. Because if this money flow on the 12-hour is going to cross over into a bigger red wave, we could potentially anticipate that, right? What does the money flow indicate? The longer-term trend. And on something like the 12-hour, it could indicate a bigger move to the downside over time, right? So it's great that we're getting the pump. I'm not saying I'm super bearish. To be quite honest, guys, I've been recently leaning a little bit in the middle more than I typically do, just because of the high probability of getting a money flow fake out based off of our extremely bullish trend that we're in. And then you come down to time frames like the 4-hour or the 3-hour or the even like the 2-hour. This money flow is absolutely chopped up, right? It's even hard to get a regional direction on this, right? Because it's not like right here you have a low on your money flow and then a lower low. You could argue that that is trending out. But then you have this higher low here, right? And a higher low here as well, right? So this money flow is completely chopped up, which could make it even more likely to see a money flow fake out if that money flow in the 12-hour comes into the red. To me, with the medium time frame money flow so chopped up like this, it makes it a high likelihood that we could get a fake out into the red and then come back into the green. And for this reason, guys, when you can't get a clear read on money flow or there's not like super clear indications and things are kind of choppy, I just simply, especially as a trader, we have the luxury of just taking a little bit more of a neutral stance, right? Because we make money no matter what way price moves. So for that reason, locally, what I am looking for is a hold of that POC. We hold the POC. If we slip it a little bit, it's not the end of the world. But as long as we hold above this POC, I am going to be expecting a potential continuation to the upside, targeting the value area high. But obviously also understanding that we have these, levels here. This daily naked point of control / POC of the range and this value area low. Value area low, POC, naked daily point of control. This is a pretty significant level of resistance, in my own personal opinion. So that's likely going to give us some kind of turbulence. But again, holding that POC would be a bullish sign, right? So maybe you bounce off this, and then once you flip that daily naked point of control, very likely that you're going to hit that value area high. And then again, for me, remember that macro 786 sitting right on this value area high is going to be the line in the sand. Once we get the breakout and hold of that level, that is where I am simply going to be looking out for a new all-time high on Bitcoin. And then again, but the bearish case would simply be a loss of the POC to potentially come down and test this weekly naked point of control CME gap. This is the full CME gap fill, right? So if we did get another pullback here and we come down and test this, I would be interested in looking for a potential scalp here for a bounce. But if not, if we couldn't get that, simply put, the TA remains the same as what we've been doing all week, looking towards those lower levels where we have that range just underneath us. Let me go ahead and reveal that. We now have that lower volume profile for context, right? So once we lose that 786, just like yesterday, you'll be waiting for these next lows closer to $58,000 to $57,000. And that would be the next area where I would be most interested in taking a long position. So for the most part, simply I know it's a little bit mixed signals right now, guys, especially with the halving approaching. Things are up in the air right now, to be quite honest with you, but it doesn't stop us from absolutely destroying the markets because we're just short-term trading, right? It's not a big deal. My spot bags, I'm not selling my spot bags right now. I am simply holding. But to give you guys kind of insight on how I'm handling this, I am holding my long positions. Let me see if I can pull some of these up real quick. I got stopped out of the scalp here, which is horrible. But anyway, still holding my longs from lower. I've shown this many times. Or actually, no, this is a little bit of a newer long. Entry at about, I guess right here, 63. 756, up 243%, $2,400. So I'm holding this. I'm also holding, let me pull another position. I am also holding a super swing, I like to call it, down from about 40K. I've been holding this position for quite a while. This might be a record for me, to be honest. But come on, load. There we go. There we go. This one's up almost 10,000, up 1,388%. Again, I've been holding this for a while as my longer-term bias is still bullish, guys, until we break more key levels, right? So I'm still holding the longs. This is why I'm not really tripping. I will be honest with you guys. If I was not holding as many longs as I am, and this is just on the business accounts, like my personal accounts too, I have some longs open. But here's the thing, right? I am not, otherwise, if I was not holding all these longs, I will be honest, it would be a lot harder for me to control my emotions being bent out of shape, getting not wrecked, but stopped out of this position. I would have been more upset, but again, we're still profiting here. So not a big deal, right? Kind of a cushy position to be in. But, for the most part, guys, this volume profile, now that we are, decisively accepted back above this POC, this is simply our roadmap for price, right? So we come up. Key levels of resistance locally within this range, daily naked point of control that we just went over, and then the value area high. Very simple, right? And you could look for potential short entries as you deviate above that value area high if you can get them to accept back into the range, because we don't know how long we're going to range here for. Who knows, guys? We might be in for a boring, few months. Who knows, right? I'm not expecting that, but you never know, right? We have to assess the situation when we get to these key levels. So, pretty simple. This is nice, right? We have this nice clean range to look at. You break above, we're looking for new highs. You break below, we have that lower volume profile that I just showed. So there we go, guys. That is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Let me go ahead and check in on chat here. Hey, whoa, hold up. Missed some super chats here. Let me pull up the super chats. Crypto Lifer in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Lifer. What is going on, bro? Crypto Lifer said, you're still the man. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Lifer. I appreciate you, bro. You're still the man. Shout out to Crypto Lifer. I don't know if he's still in here. I got to pull up live chat in just a second. Shout out to Heartbreak Tate. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for joining the Wise Guys. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Candle Mafia. And Tony D said, shout out Crypto Lifer. Let's go. And Golden says, smash that like. Smash that like. Smash that like. Smash like. Just do it. I gave you free memberships to the best TA ever. Thank you, Frankie. You changed my game 100x, made over 130% from 64.9K LFG. Throw some money for you there, Golden. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. Thank you for the super chat, bro. And congrats on your gains, bro. Let's get it. Bing bong. Woo! Let's get it. Actually, those were 20s. Let's throw hundreds for Golden here. There we go. That's better. Bing bong. Shout out to Golden. Oh, God, and I'm going away this weekend. Mrs. Candles is going to be mad at me. But anyway, guys, let me pull up live chat here. We're going to take a look at some of the altcoins in just a second. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yo, let's go. Shout out to Wilk. Says, I think he meant to say Lifer and Candles. Let's go. It's like the collab sign. Shout out to Crypto Lifer. Is he still in here? And I get to that super chat too late. Shout out to Lifer. If you're still in here, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Let's see. We haven't really been doing too many collabs lately, but when we start doing collabs, we gotta get Lifer back on here. I know you guys love the Frankie Candles Lifer collabs. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, shout out to Jay Smith. Jay Smith says, Frankie, how do you distinguish between a money flow fake out and an actual money flow crossover? I don't think it's exactly what he said, but that's the question. It's a really, 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 really good question. And I'll be honest with you, Jay, for me, I think the reason, and you guys will know on the daily time frame, we ran into a likely money flow crossover here a while ago. And this is literally I entered a long position down here, like literally in this little area of consolidation. And the reason I looked for the long here was because I knew it was going to be likely that this money flow coming out was going to be a fake out. And simply put, I think the only reason I knew that, or the only reason I was able to predict that or see that fake out on money flow coming, it's just looking at market cipher and specifically money flow for as long as I have. I just have a read on how it behaves. And now, another more applicable kind of piece of advice I could give you, trying to, not financial advice, of course, but, one of the more applicable tips I can give you, or actionable tips I can give you, is a big part of this also was just simply understanding where we were in the longer term, right? Where we were sitting in the 4-year cycle, because we always talk about how, when you're in a big move to the upside, oftentimes you're going to spend a lot more time in the green with money flow than in the red, right? So assuming, that we're potentially on the start of something like this, of a big uptrend, I just knew, right? We're not in the middle of a not parabolic, but we're not in the middle of like a floor, we're not in the middle of like an endless bear market, right, where you're likely to spend more time in the red. We were more, going straight up and to the right, making it just very, very likely that if we were going to start this big move up, especially with the spot Bitcoin ETF getting approved, it was very likely that was going to be a fake out into the red. Just based off the price action, based off the longer-term analysis, and just longer-term sentiment on the market. So hopefully that helps you out, Jay. But yeah, I think, to be quite honest with you, a lot of it has to do with just the fact that I look at Market Cipher all day, every day for X years, right? So it definitely does have a piece to do with it, I think. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Average Crypto Joe said, Tube did not tell me the show started. Oh, God. Shout out to YouTube, just trying to ban us here. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, there he is, Crypto Lifer. I saw you, brother. The green names are crazy. Shout out to Crypto Lifer. Thank you for tuning in, bro. I appreciate you for being here. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Shout out to Pearls. What's going on? He said, let's go. Shout out to Pearls. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here. I miss you, man. But guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some altcoins now. I'm going to start off with Ethereum. If you guys want to take a look at your favorite altcoin, or you want me to take a look at your favorite altcoin, go ahead and drop it in the chat. And drop it in the chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know which coins we're looking at. Rob, let's do like 3 or 4. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, the altcoin vote counting extraordinaire. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. And shout out to Crypto Billy. Crypto Billy, either today or Tuesday, I'm gonna show you guys something really cool that Crypto Billy hooked us up with. It's pretty awesome. Shout out to Crypto Billy. But let's continue on here. All right, Gala, Doge, Ford. Okay, shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. So, all right, so here we are, right? Let's come down to the 2 hour. So to be honest, not much has changed here on Ethereum, right? Key level of resistance right now is going to remain this zone right here, sitting between 35.59 and 34.83. Not only do we have the POC of the more macro range, we also have the POC of this local range and the value area low of the local range, and a daily naked point of control, and a golden pocket, a local golden pocket 786 retracement, right? So if we do wind up getting another decent move up for Ethereum, this would be resistance level number 1, which isn't that crazy, right? Because it's just a POC of the range, which is going to be where you're looking for that resistance anyway. So you come up here, could potentially get a little bounce to the downside. But once we get back above that POC, that's where you're just looking in the grand scheme of this volume profile. And then if we lose that volume profile, we have that arrow. Let's say we come up here, test this. It is just to put a lower high in before getting a bigger move down. Next major level of support, in my own personal opinion, is definitely going to be down here at that weekly naked point of control sitting at 29.46. Also have your 786 sitting at about $3,000, almost even, $3,016 to be exact. So yeah, to be honest, like kind of looking the same on Ethereum, to be quite honest with you guys, right? Just simply very similar to Bitcoin, right? Came down to the value area low, got the bounce off the value area low, went towards that value, towards that POC, just couldn't make it there, unfortunately. But yeah, very, very similar to Bitcoin. And yeah, money flow on the 1 hour crossed over into the green, as we can see here. Let's take a look at the 16-hour. Green dot confirmed. Check in on the daily. VWAP coming up. Let's check that 90-minute money flow. Okay. So nothing really too, nothing really like screaming anything too clear here, right? Like nothing screaming absolute dump, nothing screaming absolute pump. However, money flow on these higher time frames, 16-hour money flow crossover into the red, 12-hour money flow crossover into the red. This could potentially, you can't, whether this plays out or not is a different story, again, based off identifying when money flow will fake out. But, this money flow crossover into the red, like, could potentially anticipate a bigger downtrend incoming, right? So keep that in mind. But let's see, 12-hour green dot printing. Let's check that 45-minute money flow. Yeah, there's really nothing lining up here for a very clear signal in one direction or the other than the higher time frame money flow. Like, this very clearly is bearish money flow, right? Like, you cannot deny that. Whether it plays out or not may be more of an opinion, but this is bearish money flow. So, once we lose that value, key levels of support, value area low, 3,200, you lose this, probably coming down to this zone here between 3,017 to 28.96. And if you get a move back to the upside, key levels of resistance are going to remain this box that we just went over, as well as this value area low golden pocket sitting at 37.54. So I know you have, this is like we have two ranges right on top of each other, just like on Bitcoin. So it's a little bit confusing to look at, but range, this is your upper range. This is your lower range, right? So we come up and we break above this value area high. You could break into this upper range going towards that POC and value area high. If you break down below this range, you are simply going to be looking down towards that weekly naked point of control. But other than that, I would just be looking in the context of the range that we're sitting in right now. Very similar to Bitcoin, right? Like, this is very clean, right? We're cleanly in this range. So let's take advantage and enjoy it and just understand that, like, hey, this is nice, right? Because we're just bing-bonging around in a range. So we have good context into where price is likely to go next. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at on Ethereum. And real quick, guys, I do just want to pull up exo charts because there was something I wanted to look at on Bitcoin real quick. Shout out to Golden with a $50 super chat. Unbelievable. I don't know what this is going to do, Golden, so hopefully it's a cool noise. There we go. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. Thank you for that $50 super chat, brother. He says, best TA lessons ever. Get TradingView, play along, and start your own charts. Learn, profit, the volume profile, drilling deeper, Highs and lows, levels get respected. Thank you, Frankie. Made money sleeping yesterday. Shout out to Golden, bro. I appreciate you so much. I got to like that super chat. I appreciate you so much, Golden. And shout out to you for making money in your sleep. It does feel good. I actually had the opposite feeling, but I'm glad you got that feeling, Golden. I woke up and realized that I mysteriously got stopped out for $34 profit. Unfortunately. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Yo, let's go with the golden emojis. Unbelievable. Golden, how does that make you feel that the Mafia loves you that much? Let's go. All right, so real quick, I do want to take a look here at the order flow. I'm not really going to walk through this too much. I do just want to see something. Dave Digital, what is going on, brother? Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's see. Dave, are you saying bad words in the chat? How did you get out of prison? Dave, we called the cops on you yesterday. How did you get out so quick? Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's go. But let me go ahead and take a look here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. Change that tick size. Bada boom. And I did just wanted to see something here. Let's come up to the 30-minute real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. Dave knows a guy. Shout out to Jay Gilly. Let's go. Yo, you guys are killing me right now. All right, hang on one sec, guys. Let me see here real quick. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I want to see. Zoom out real quick. Yeah, what I want to see is what was happening on this rejection, right? Let me just up the tick size here. I'm just gonna keep it on 60. So what I'm doing here, okay. Interesting. Trying to see if this is likely going to be a strong top or if we're more likely to continue forward or up, rather. Trying to see how many longs we had come in here. Let me actually change this to let's go to the Bybit chart. Bear with me here, guys. Shout out to Cabrera. It says, Frankie, what the drop would you buy a big bag in BTC in for long? I got 5K limit order at 58K and 62.5. Shout out to Cabrera. I'm not 100. I think you might have had some typos in there. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. If you could reword that and resend it, I will try to answer you. Maybe just you might simply be asking for good entry prices for Bitcoin potentially. Okay, so I'm not really seeing like a crazy amount of trap longs here, which would be a pretty bearish sign, right? Or more indicative of a bigger move to the downside. Yeah, not really seeing what I would want to see if I were looking for a big push to the downside. So, yeah, you have a lot of shorts coming in, but you don't really have, you have 2 million, 4.3 million on the POC. Yeah, nothing really too crazy. It's not like we have crazy buying imbalance at the high here. So, yeah, we may be able to push past that potentially. But anyway, that was, to be low-key honest, that was a little bit more for me. But, yeah, that would have been very helpful because I just wanted to kind of see, as we pulled back here, what was kind of going on. Because here's the thing, guys. If we had a whole lot of longs come in, a significant amount of longs, it could have potentially given us a lot of fuel to get a much bigger push to the downside, but I'm just really not seeing that right now. Yo, shout out to Golden. Let's go. Unbelievable. Yo, Golden, what is going on? Shout out to you, bro. We're just going to throw some money for Golden anyway. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the $100 super chat. I appreciate you. He said, F my feelings. The Mafia can kill this market. Listen, learn, paper money. Plan, patience, profit. You made me so much more than before. Shout out to Golden. Let's go. This is literally my goal of doing this every single day, guys. So shout out to Golden, and it's like every day we get a super chat on this, and shout out, especially when it's someone who's given back to our channel so much. Golden, this makes me ecstatic. So shout out to Golden. Thank you for the super chat, and congratulations on your wins. Shout out to Dave Digital. Dave Digital's just in here dropping F-bombs, emoji F-bombs. Dave, talk to me, homie. Talk to me. Let me know. We got to talk to somebody for you? Shout out to Dave. But let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Golden. You are unbelievable. Let's see. Shout out to someone says, what is your fake hype all about? Not fake hype, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm like this permanently. So yeah, if it was fake, I would be like this less. But anyway, let's go. That's what happens when you do what you love every single day. You're just easy to have this energy, right? Because I don't dread waking up every day. Luckily, right? I feel like the luckiest person in the world for that. And we got the CandleMafia, the best community. But let's see. Chatbot's going wild here. We got the bots. We got to start dropping the ban hammer, baby. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here and take a look at our altcoins, starting off with Gala, or Gala, as your grandmother might call it. Let's see. Okay, so this is not our Gala chart. That's the one we're looking at. Let's pull the Binance Tether US. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in here. So simply put, looking at our volume profiles. Actually, let me zoom out a little bit here. Come on, volume profile. Come on, volume profile. Come on. No, don't want to load. There you go. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You got it. There we go. Okay, so let me just go ahead and mark out this value area low real quick. And let me get rid of these ranges as well. Bada boom. This is old. Not that it won't be relevant on the way back down, but there we go. So here we are, right? Actually, I could probably pull this back a little bit further. Yeah, so here we are, right? Gala 2021, November 2021. We top out here at about 83 cents. Come back down into our bear market range. We bing, bong around. And then we finally got a break of that bear market range, right? Now, when we break out of these bear market ranges, guys, there is no guarantee that we get a big, yo, shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's go. What's going on with the super chats right now? Shout out to Crypto Billy. Says, sorry, Frankie. Golden giving me super chat FOMO. Hashtag Givers Game. Oh, play it. Shout out Giver. Hashtag Givers Gain. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Frank, I think we're going to do it on the Frankie fake out Crypto Billy because I didn't have time to send it to my computer, but we're going to play it. We're going to play it. And everyone's probably like, what the heck is going on? Shout out to Crypto Billy. Stick around for the Frankie fake out after the stream. And we're going to play something very, very cool. Shout out to Crypto Billy. You're the man, dude. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead. And so, yeah, we're in this bear market range, guys. Now, a lot of these other altcoins, right, Dogecoin, we bring up all the time. When you break out of that bear market range, we are looking for a potential move to the previous bull market value area low, which on Gala is sitting up here at about 16 cents. Now, I'm not saying that we're just instantly going to get a rip up there like we did on Doge, right? The market is in a different environment at this point, but we are above our bear market value area, testing that level as support. So as long as we can stay above this range high, guys, we could have the door open to potentially start that journey up to our previous value area low, or previous bull market value area low. So if I pull up that VPVR, and you guys can see, right, there's a pretty decent fall off in volume here. Right? You get above that range high, pretty big volume gap all the way up to that value area low, a little bing bong. That could potentially give us a quick move up into that value area low, right? This was the case with a lot of other altcoins that we saw go on this trajectory, moving very quickly through those value area lows. Through those low volume gaps, excuse me. That's an important differentiation. But as long as we can stay above this, key level of support at this point is going to be the value area high of this bear market range sitting at about 50 cents. So as long as we're able to hold above that, we could potentially continue that journey up to our next big target, which again is sitting up at 16 cents. Now locally, let's pull up something like the 4-hour here. This is a local range. We can go ahead and get rid of all of this. And let's go ahead and pull this larger range, right? So simply put, in the terms of the 4-hour here, VWAP coming down. Looking for a red dot. Money flow in the red as well. That's not the best look, to be quite honest with you. Went from the low to the high, back down to the low, and now we're starting to, if we lose this value area low locally with that red dot, money flow coming out, I'll tell you exactly what I'd look for, to be honest, right? Let me pull this fib real quick. Give a little sauce here. All right, that's not going to work. Pull a more macro fib real quick. Okay, so I'll be honest with you guys. Something I would potentially be looking for, something like this, right? A push down into that 786, right? If that 4-hour red dot prints and you get a bigger move down with your money flow still in the red, could potentially come into that 786, and market cipher B could potentially, no way to tell right now, this is obviously trying to front run the indicator, which is very dangerous if you're not experienced, but, you know, if we do get that move down, something I would probably look for, would be somewhat of a bullish divergence here on the 4-hour, right? And not only the 4-hour, but you could also look at the just medium hourly time frames, right? Like even the 3-hour might set up for something like that as well. And, you know, keeping in mind you have the previous value area low right here. So maybe even if you don't come down to the 786, you could potentially look for that same thing on that value area low at about 5 cents, right? Almost 5 cents even. So that's kind of what I'd look for, right? And then once you start losing that value area low, in my opinion, very likely to come down to the 786 slash you can also use the bear market range as your context, right? So very simply put, right? You bounce off the value area high. If you get a long setup here, you could potentially look to long back up to that local value area high here. Go ahead and hide this. And then, you know, in my opinion, once you get below that value area low, your last resort is probably going to be that 786. If you lose that 786, you're now pretty decisively accepted back into this lower range. So, you know, that 786 is going to be very, very, very key support in my opinion. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on Gala. Super chats flying in right now. What is going on? Hang on one second. Let me pull these up. Oh my God, what the heck just happened? Billy, you started, or I don't even know who sent the first super chat. You guys are starting a trend here. Shout out to Crypto Anon. Let's go. Said can't be left out, lol. Love you, bro. Thank you for the super chat, Crypto Anon. Shout out to you, bro. Let's go. And Crypto Lifer with a $100 super chat. Shout out to Lifer. Said when Billy gives, I have to give. Hashtag givers gain. Shout out to Crypto Lifer. Did something happen? Is there like did something happen that I don't know about yet? And everybody's like, oh, poor Frank. I feel like there's something I don't know. Shout out to Golden. Said, yo, unbelievable. Golden, what is happening? When are we going to when are we doing the podcast and 1 Bitcoin giveaway? Shout out to Golden. Let's go. We should get moving on that. I was talking to Tony D earlier today. We have a list of things that we need to bang out. I like low key, guys. You know, I'm very transparent on this channel. I have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes right now, to be quite honest with you guys. I just have a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. I don't really like to talk about it too much. You know, I don't like to kill the vibe, you know? And, you know, I'm a very busy person. I have a ton of stuff going on. Nothing bad. I don't want anyone getting worried. There's nothing bad. It's just like I have a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. Like I'm traveling to North Carolina this weekend. But you know, you know, in a week or two, you know, my schedule will free up a lot, and we have a lot of really cool stuff coming down the pipeline. Shout out to Golden. If we could get you on a podcast, dude, that would be one of the most interesting podcasts. Like I would tune in to watch it, even if I was in the podcast. So shout out to Golden. Thank you for the super chat, bro. And shout out to Lifer, Anon, Billy. I just said Golden because I'm reading down the list, but it's like Golden, Billy, Golden, Lifer. And shout out to Captain Kirk as well. Said, I guess it's on now. LOL, hashtag givers gain. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Thank you so much for that giveaway, for the super chat. And Cheeks gifting 20 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. Shout out to Cheeks. Unbelievable. Some days the super chats just blow up. Hang on. I'm coming to chat. Is there someone, are the super chatters plotting behind the scenes? I'm getting, it's unbelievable. If I was in North Carolina, I tried to find Frankie. Shout out to Crypto Killer Whale. Let's go. You wouldn't have to try to find me. We would just meet up, bro. Dave Digital said, oh yeah, Captain Kirk. I heard. Now, I don't know the rankings or anything, so forgive me if I get this wrong, but I heard what Dave Digital just said. I heard you're a sergeant now, which, again, I think that's what it is. So shout out to Captain Kirk. If that's true, let us know in the chat. Congratulations if that's the case. Captain said, I'm on the list, but my interview will get me the placement. Well, shout out to Captain Kirk. I think you're pretty good, right? I don't see a better thing that could get you that position than a personal interview with you because you're an awesome person. So shout out to Captain Kirk. I'm sure you're going to crush it. So shout out to you. Congrats on the opportunity for sure. LFG Sarge. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. That's what we're looking at on Gala. Let's go ahead and check ICP, also known as iCup. Let's go ahead and check it. Bada boom. Bada bing. Check the daily. Okay, so I'm going to extend our volume profile here. Actually, I'm going to pull up a different ICP chart. Let's pull up the Coinbase chart. Nope. What is the one we always look at? Is it MEXC? What is it the Bybit chart? Guys, I'm sorry. Bear with me here. There we are. Okay, so on ICP, I mean, to be quite honest, in the medium term, shout out to Mark Dutch. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. He said, my contribution to Dave's wrench. Shout out to Dave. Dave already has the most expensive wrench you can get. He has the most unofficial wrench you could possibly have. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's go. Let's see. Shout out to JSG. So am I. Let's see. Okay. Let's continue on. All I hear is an insane clown posse. Shout out to Dirty 8 Racing. Yeah, every time I say ICP, I either think of iCup or I think of insane clown posse. But anyway, simply put here, guys, I mean, we're looking at the same thing we've been looking at. I believe we looked at ICP yesterday. But, you know, simply put here, right, we bing-bonged around in this range, got the breakout, bing-bonged here, using the lower range as our key levels of support on the deviations. Bada boom. Worked out absolutely perfectly. It's like TA is so weird sometimes. It's like, I'll be honest with you guys, right? Like TA works. We make money trading using TA every single day, right? And, you know, it's really funny because sometimes I just look at the chart and I'm just like, there's no way this is ever gonna work, right? And then like you see it just get these levels respected like this, and you're just like, TA is the weirdest thing ever. But anyway, this is literally why I'm so obsessed with it. But you know, simply put, guys, we broke out of these ranges and we got acceptance into our, you know, most important range in my opinion, which is the macro range here between about 1568 and about 4575. And yeah, that is going to be, you know, that's the most important range in my opinion, right? Because this is typically where, when we get above this POC, this is where you start to see these big moves to the upside, right? We saw this with Doge, we saw this with Solana, we saw this with ICP through other ranges, right? Through these more local ranges. And, you know, we've seen this on a lot of things. We look at it every single day. And, you know, simply put, I would be looking, right? And I would even argue, I wish I had this all organized because I would. Let me see if I can get this. Yeah, let me go ahead and hide some of this stuff here. Bada boom. I'll just hide all. Okay, no, I didn't want to do that. So yeah, let me just hide some of these levels here really quick. Bada boom. Bada boom. Bada boom. Right? So simply put, and I'll just hide this as well. Right? We broke out of our bear market range. Bing, bong, bing, bong. This is similar to what we were just looking at on Gala, right? You're in that bear market range. You get the bear market breakout, right? You got to move where? Right up to that previous value area low, right? And then once you hit your head, this is where you're looking for a flip of that value area low to support, and that would indicate the bigger move to the upside. Now, a key level you do want to keep an eye on here is going to be this POC, right? Because this is likely going to give you some kind of turbulence, right? So there you go. That's what we're hitting right now. And once we get above that level, this will be the line in the sand sitting at 1979. Great year. Flip above that, hold it as support. That's where you're looking for the bigger move to the upside. So there you go. And then I believe there are 2 weekly naked points of control. I believe that's what that purple box was, potentially. I'm not going to be able to look at it because TradingView's broken right now for whatever reason. I guess we could try it. Let me see. Nope, still broken. So can't find them. But for me, key level of support, key level of resistance as of right now on ICP that you need to break to get a bigger move to the upside is going to be that $19.79 level. Break above that, probably going to be coming up towards your macro value area high. But again, you have to understand there's going to be other levels of resistance in between. But again, you know, we're not going to be able to see those until we crack that POC. And then taking a look here. Actually, you know what? I'd be curious to see. Let me come up to the weekly real quick. Zoom in. Okay, not what I expected. Let's come back to Market Cipher. Yeah, and then, you know, this is what we were looking at yesterday, potentially, right? This is a little bit more on the bearish end. higher highs on your price action into that POC. If you get this weekly bear dip, this is just something to look out for. I'm not necessarily saying this is going to bring us down to zero just because of the environment that we're in, right? We're not in a bear market or at the start of a bear market. If that were the case and I saw a weekly bear div, I would definitely be looking for a massive dump. But if you do print this weekly bearish divergence, probably going to be a bigger move to the downside on the way. So yeah, that is something that I would definitely keep an eye on. But other than that, key level of support here is going to be that value area low, 1572. As long as you hold above that, the doorway to higher prices is open. And yo, oh my God, hang on 1 second here. Hold up. Hang on a second. Hang on. Shout out to Golden for gifting another 50 Frankie Candles membership. Is that right? Am I even seeing that correctly? Or am I messing that up? That might have been old. Maybe not. And another 20 Frankie Candles membership. Shout out to Golden again. Does anybody not have a membership in here right now? And another 10 memberships. Unbelievable. Somebody. Golden, you're going to get banned on YouTube, bro. I don't know why they hate people gifting so much. But Golden, they're going to block your account. And another 10 Frankie Candles. Unbelievable. Golden's just going absolutely nuts right now. This is ridiculous. Shout out to Golden. Unbelievable. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any questions or anything, because that... yo, shout out to V-Sim said, okay, I'll give, but I'm broke, so $2 is it. Yo, shout out to Golden, bro. We would appreciate a free chat saying what's up. So shout out to V-Sim. I appreciate you, bro. Wick said, look, I'm helping. Let's go. And, yo, unbelievable. Yo, you guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely insane. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. You guys are wild. But yeah, guys, that is what I'm looking at. Cheeks gifted me a membership. Shout out to Dark. Welcome to the Candle Mafia, baby. Let's go. But let's see. Yeah, shout out to 12 Big says, I think it's Frankie's birthday or something. Yeah. Is there are you guys colluding behind the scenes right now? Why does it seem that super chats all come in? Or am I about to get off the live stream and like Tony D's about to call me and be like, I got some really bad news, bro. Shout out to Tony D. But thank you guys for real. Thank you so much for the support. You guys are absolutely insane. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. 12 Big said Golden must have longed the farm yesterday. Shout out to 12 Big. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We just looked at ICP. Let's go ahead and take a look at ADA or ADA or Cardanzo, as our boy James Kramer might call it. And well, would you look at that? Let's come down. I don't know why I went to the 15-minute. And here we are, right? So yesterday we were looking at Cardano, I believe. I could tell by just looking at the price action here really quickly. Yo, oh my God, Crypto Billy! Unbelievable! What is going on? I don't know where my remote went to flash the light. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you so much for gifting. How many memberships did we get gifted this? 226 new members. Yo, you guys are absolutely insane. I don't understand. I don't understand how I deserve this. How did we get you guys? Almost there. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Almost where? Why do I feel like I'm in the dark right now? Shout out to smash that like button, guys. The new memberships are almost up to the likes, and the likes are free. The memberships are, when you're gifting 25, 10 at a time, they get pretty expensive. But shout out to Mark Dutch. Almost there. Oh, he's trying to get Dave the Wrench. Let's go. You guys are unbelievable. But shout out to Mark Dutch. You guys are really crazy. I can't thank you guys enough. But taking a look at Cardano yesterday, I believe, was this yesterday? What is today? Yesterday was the 3rd. Yeah, so we were kind of hanging out up here looking for a potential. April 3rd. Yeah, we were sitting right here putting in a little bit of a bullish divergence in at that value area low, looking for a potential little bounce here. I don't remember. It was that 4-hour bull div, right? Didn't give you a huge move, but it indeed did give you a tradable move to the upside here of about 5.35%. And you're coming back down, but as long as we're able to hold the bottom, things remain basically the same here, right? You got the bounce off the bull div, right? And now you're simply just looking to hold above that value area low at 57 cents to potentially continue the move back up, right? Now, zooming out a bit here, spawning some of these grander levels, if we do get a sustained bounce, right, we came down, bullish divergence. If we are able to get a sustained move to the upside, I will be watching this POC at about 60 cents. A flip above that level up into the value area high at 64 cents. That's kind of what I would be looking at. Again, like a lot of these coins are now back in ranges. So for the most part, as long as you're within this range, you can look for the POC and the value area high. It's likely going to be the next stops for price. If you lose the range, kind of conveniently, if you don't hold your value area, high from back here, you would simply just use this as context, right? So if you sustain above that value area low, you're looking to go to the POC, the value area high. If you lose the value area low, you're looking at the value area high. If you get sucked back into it, you then have this range to look at for context. You can go to the POC and potentially the value area low. And that's simply what I'd be looking for on Cardano, right? Like in the longer term, right? Like I'm not looking at these like micro scalps right now. I mean, again, if you were looking for a long position, I personally would have longed the bottom of the value area, right? So I'd probably be in a long from somewhere in here, right? And then right now I'd probably be sitting here being like, oh my God, am I about to get stopped out or is this thing just going to go? But now in general, money flow on the 1 hour is coming to the upside. Let's go into the higher time frames and check that 16-hour green dot, which is confirmed. So, depending on if that money flow, that money flow is not crossed over into the green just yet. But let's check that 45-minute money flow crossed over into the green. 12-hour green dot is confirmed. So, yeah, I mean, depending on when that 45-minute money flow crossover happened, right? If it happened like right here on that 12-hour green dot printing, it's hard to say, right? And if you're confused on what I'm talking about, simply put, when you get a green dot on the 12 or 16 hour at the same time as your 1 hour and 45-minute money flow crossing into the green, oftentimes that gives you a big move to the upside. And the setup is there. It's just not perfect in my own personal opinion. So yeah, let me check the daily real quick. Is this a bull? Yeah, like this would be a much bigger no-brainer long position for me if this was like a daily bull div, but it's not. So yeah, like you'll probably sustain support here. I am a little bit sketched out though, to be honest with you. So yeah, let me actually pull up a, I'm going to take a look at the, what am I doing? I'm going to take a look at high block real quick and take a look at the, liquidation heat map real quick on Cardano. Oh God, you're gonna make me log in right now. Bada boom. Okay, it's gonna make me log in. Come on. Boom. Okay. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yo. What is going on? Shout out to Golden. Another $50 super chat. What the heck? Shout out to Golden. He says at Crypto Billy, #givers gain. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. And Golden. You guys are crazy. Jupiter, we can check Jupiter. Thank you, Golden, bro. I appreciate you so much. Unbelievable. It is crazy how contagious that is. It's like when we had when we gave the 2 days of live stream revenue to the mods. It's like you give a catalyst and then everybody jumps in, and that's how you know you have an amazing community, right? Because it's like, yeah, I think over those 2 days, like, I mean, we did a good amount of revenue in those days, like 10x what we do on a normal day. And the only change there was that we said that the revenue was going to go to the mods, and it's like it just goes to show what this community is all about. It's insane. Like this whole community is #givers gain. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Unbelievable. All right, let's see. Okay, so yeah, let me take a look at this heat map really quick. Bada boom. Let's see. Okay, so let me go ahead and check ADA. Go to the 3 month. Run it, baby. Run it. Okay. So let's go to the 1 month actually. Okay, yeah. So I will say this, right? Like you do have a significant amount of liquidity sitting between 67 and 71 cents. So again, does that guarantee you're going to come up before you go down? If you are going to go back down, not really. But it is worth noting that you do have a significant amount of liquidity above there. And then other than that, I mean, what does this bring you down to? About 51 cents. What does that look like on this chart? Yeah. So, I mean, this is already our levels. I didn't even look at the heat map. That's not where these levels came from, but you can see, right, at between 55 and 51 cents. Like you have a little bit of liquidity down there, but that's right on the POC here, right? The 51 cent level is at that POC of the range. And remember, oftentimes, if you break down out of a range, oftentimes you can bounce off the previous range POC in a big, big way, right? We see this happen often, right? So yeah, these key levels remain exactly the same. I would expect, as we were looking at yesterday, a bounce off this level with the context of this range. If we lose this range and get back into here, I will, for this very specific reason, be interested in a strong bounce at this POC. Even though I don't like to typically trade the middle of ranges, I'd rather take a short at the high of the range or a long at the low of the range, but I would make an exception here to look for a long just because we have the confluence of the 786 Fibonacci retracement level, the POC of the range, as well as that liquidity or the liquidations sitting in that same zone as well, making it not only a potentially high likelihood of visiting the level, but the POC in the 786 making it a good place, in my opinion, to look for a potential bounce, assuming when you get there, things look like they will bounce, right? Like you could get down here, right? If you just start nuking, right? And there's no reaction at this level, you're not just going to blindly long the level. You have to assess the price action within that level as you approach it. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. What do we say? Jupe. Let's go ahead and check Jupe real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. Going to $1 million. I'm just kidding. Sorry for cussing. Some people get that joke. A lot of people probably won't. Anyway, okay, yeah. So I'm actually curious because we have not looked at Jupe in a very long time. As you can see, the last little TA we did was down here. You see, the levels are respected. Look at the respect on that 786. Insane. Absolutely insane. But yeah, we could clear all this. This is all old news. So let's go ahead and clear it and take a look at what we got going on at this point. So I'm going to pull up the monthly. All right. Let's mark out some monthly levels. Bada boom. Take a look at the weekly. Boom. Wow, you got a lot of weeklies here. Bada boom. Bada boom. Bada boom. All right. Take a look at the daily. Got a daily right here. And I'll take that daily above as well. Okay. So, simply put, let me go ahead and pull this for, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So these are the levels I'd be looking at on Jupe, if I'm being honest. Hopefully they smack like the ones that, like they're respected like the ones down below were just getting respected. No guarantees, though. Just because it happens once doesn't mean it'll happen again, right? So that would be key resistance. This would be support. Bada boom. Yeah, I'll be honest. You have quite a few levels here, to be honest with you. But this POC, with the fact that you have the weekly naked point of control, very likely, I mean, this is probably going to act as a magnet. Could also give a likely bounce because of the confluence here. However, again, not a huge fan of, not a huge fan of longing the POC unless we have a specific scenario. If I were to pull this golden pocket and we were to have confluence on that POC, which we do, right? So I would probably look for a scalp long at that POC golden pocket, but I really wouldn't be interested in a bigger long until we came down to either test the weekly naked value area low confluence sitting right here between 118 and 114. And then, this daily naked point of control, 786, are pretty close to each other as well. But yeah, these are the areas I would be most interested in potentially looking for bounces on Jupe. Take a look at the market cipher real quick. Come down to a lower time frame. And yeah, I mean, you have the beauty, you have the context here, the volume. We're starting to break down below this value area low, value area high. If we continue to lose this and we get stuck underneath this level, more likely to get a move to the POC and the value area low. Understanding we have these other, intermediary levels in between, but that POC golden pocket weekly naked point of control confluence and that weekly naked point of control value area low are the two levels that I would focus on the most. But I'm not going to just completely ignore these, right? Because in my opinion, a likely scenario here would be bounce off the golden pocket and then another push down into the 786, potential wick into these lower key levels, and then a bounce. So yeah, you can't just ignore these levels, but I'm definitely more interested in these two as the major zones. And then, yeah, that obviously is weekly naked point of control, but not really, we're pretty far away from that at this point. So yeah, that's what I look for. 4-hour money flow crossing into the red. That would support a move back down. Take a look at the daily. 16-hour. Yeah, nothing really to take away from these. Yeah, and it's, it's newer, right? So we don't have a ton of... we don't really have a ton of price action to really look at, or price history, I should say. So yeah, that's what I'd be looking at on Jupe. Let's see. Shout out to the clapper of cheeks. Shout out to you, bro. He said, can we take a look at Ondo? Shout out to you, bro. We got to clap every time he super chats. Let's go. Shout out to you. Shout out to the clapper. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Yeah, let's take a look at Ondo real quick. Bada boom. Bada bing. And let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. Still above the POC. All right, nice. All right, so on Ondo, oh my God. So last time we looked at this, you know, I don't know exactly what we were talking about, but we were definitely looking, right? Price action was probably, you know, somewhere here, right? Just to break down what we did here. Price action was likely doing something like this. We pulled this fib from the high to the low, looked at the Fibonacci extension levels, which spanned all the way up to about 64 cents. Now, these are obviously imaginary levels that only really get respect because other traders also watch these levels. So as you move price forward, obviously, we break out, right? And that next zone that we go for is that purple box that we had marked on the chart. Get a little rejection from there, hop above it, go right to the next Fibonacci retracement zone, or extension zone, I should say. And then look at that, just perfect stair step on these fib levels. Just absolutely respected. And then the rejection happened literally right, like look at the respect on this Fibonacci extension level at 64 cents, right? So all those targets got hit absolutely perfect, like super respect on those levels. And then obviously we haven't looked at it since we broke out of that level. So let's do some fresh TA here. So let's take a look. So what I would be looking at here is actually, I'll do something very similar here. Let's come to the daily. Bada boom. Bada bing. So yeah, I would probably, yeah, I mean, can we hit a dollar? Can we hit $1.37 up here? That would be the next kind of big like target for me. So sitting right here at about $1.37, you know, as long as we can get back above this local zone here, I mean, you're probably going to get some resistance on this $1.10 level as well. Came up, tapped this one. Probably going to come up and interact with this slightly if you do come back up, right? Obviously anticipating a move up, right? And then once you flip that, I mean, very clearly, you know, that's probably going to be the next level to look at, in my opinion, right? Maybe we just fly right through it. But if you just saw the way those other fib levels were respected, you know, I can't guarantee this, but it's basically, like, you just see how they're respected, right? I can't put like a percentage guarantee on the fact that it's going to get a reaction, right? To me, I know a lot of people will put a percentage reaction on like a bull pennant or a bear pennant. And, you know, obviously this is not why price moves. It's just a way to describe price action. So I don't really like putting a percentage on things. I think it's too, I don't know. It's too not binary, right? It's like these things change. So, and this is why I use things like order flow, right? So when we see something like a bear pennant, right? Like, have you ever looked at a bull pennant, right? Price is coming up, right? And then you get like a nice tight bull pennant, right? Nice and beautiful textbook bull pennant. And then all of a sudden you just get an absolute dump out of the bull pennant, and then price just rips all the way back up, right? So to me, the reason this happens is because price doesn't move based off the formation that's forming, right? It's just a way to describe the price action. This is why we look at order flow, because by looking at the order flow, you can actually look at what is going on within the candlesticks. You can see what is actually happening, right? Who's buying, who's selling, who's more aggressive, who's getting trapped, where's the liquidity sitting. This is what moves price, right? Not shapes. Shapes, the patterns are a way to describe the price action. And I can't tell you how many times, right? And I'm not saying like if you you can trade patterns, right? People profitably trade patterns. I'm not saying you can't do that. But for me, right, like I can't trade and I just feel like I'm blindly gambling. I have to see what's going on in here because I can't tell you how many bull pennants I've looked at or bear pennants I've looked at that, you know, if I wasn't looking at order flow, I would have just blindly shorted. But by looking at the order flow, I'd be like, wow, we got a lot of liquidity sitting. Like, we're probably going to fake out of this and then have it play out. And it's just a much better way to look at the market, in my opinion, or not just a more reliable way because you're looking at the information that actually moves the market. It's a little bit less of a retail strategy, right? Like, trading patterns is a retail strategy. And I guess retail, technically, like, I use order flow. Technically, I'm retail. So, but, you know, looking at order flows is a little bit more of like an advanced technique, in my opinion. But anyway, that would definitely be my next target on Ondo, right? $1.37. And then, you know, as far as market cipher, Money flow crossing over into the red. So I'm not saying we're about to rip up to there right now. So like this would indicate we'd probably come down a little bit more. One thing I would be careful of here on Ondo is this clear lack of volume that we have on this move up right here, right? Pretty big volume gap. High volume node back down here, right? So you break down and then right back down to this level. So, you know, this is going to be a key zone to hold. About 69 cents. Giggity. Once you hold that, you know, you're probably going to be good to kind of continue to range around and potentially get another move up. But you lose that level, probably coming down closer to about, 60 cents, right? A little 10-cent drop through that low volume gap. So there you go. That's what I would look at on Ondo. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. I'm just going to hold the COQ until it pumps. I'll edit that for you, JSG. Shout out to you. But anyway, let's continue on here. Bada boom. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Sound said, how many alts did you say? Shout out to Rob. I did say 4. But yeah. Retail, can you use Ondo in the shops now? Shout out to JSG. Potentially. I can't wait till I can pay with my COQ. All right, let's see. My opinion, basing any business decisions on emotion is absolute craziness. Financial suicide, beautifully motivated. Absolutely. I would say you're beautifully right. 100%, right? And that is why most traders lose money, right? Because it's just simply too hard for most people to control those emotions, to not close their trades when it gets scary, right? They don't, and this is something I struggled with immensely, right? Like I did not just start off winning my trades, right? I started off, actually I did start off winning, right? I started off being a degenerate. I won a couple trades, thought I was a genius, and then quickly realized that, oh yeah, of course it's not that easy, right? I think I was gonna get rich overnight? Clearly that wasn't the case. And to be quite honest with you, it took much longer than I even thought it was. If you asked me when I first started trading, right? And it's kind of hard to like pick my start date on trading, right? Because I've always dabbled in trading, and then I would say I really started taking it more seriously, or at least TA more seriously, like when I started getting deeper into crypto. But I've always been like kind of in and out of it. But when I first started, I thought it was like, that's it. Like I figured it out, right? I'm going to get rich. And once I realized that it wasn't going to go like that, and I was much more likely to lose money learning until I slowly figured it out, and you actually have to put in the work and dedication to make money actually doing this. If you ask me at that point, like, how long would you think it'll take you? Like, how long are you willing to spend? I'll be like, oh, I don't know, like maybe 6 months. Try a year and a half, maybe 2 years. To really figure it out, right? And so thank God I couldn't have somehow seen how long it would have taken, because I probably would have gotten discouraged. But anyway, and to be honest with you, out of those year and a half, 2 years maybe, my TA was on point, like probably in the beginning part of that, right? It wasn't the TA that wasn't making me the money, right? That wasn't helping me make money. It was just the emotion. My TA was actually pretty good. But anyway. I found an old crypto group chat from a long time ago, and it is really funny, right? Because I've only had my YouTube channel for about 2 years now, and it is really funny because like you go back to these group chats, like it was from like 2016, I think, and it was funny. Like even my friends in the group chat were just like, I was always Frankie the chart guy. Like, oh, we got Frankie on the charts, we got Tony doing this, and yeah, it's just hilarious. But let's see. Shout out to Edward. Diamond Hand said, let's see if you missed this super. Shout out to Edward Diamond Hands. Not today. Edward, why do I feel like I miss yours all the time? Did I miss another one of yours? Shout out to Edward Diamond Hands. I did. Yo, why does that happen? Shout out to Edward Diamond Hands. I'm sorry, bro. Thank you for the $50 super chat, bro. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate you so much, bro. He said, I helped change a lady's tire today, and she gave me a tip. I'm also easily influenced. Hashtag givers gain. Shout out to the best crypto community. Shout out to Edward Diamond Hands. Let's go, bro. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for that. And I'm sorry I missed that, bro. Shout out to Edward Diamond Hands. You're the man, dude. And what is that in your super PFP? Is that a McLaren? Low key have new obsession with the 600 LT. I'm not gonna lie. I think Mrs. Candle will kill me. But let's see. Shout out to, is that a McLaren? I think it is. Is that a 720S? What is that? I have a new obsession with McLarens. I like McLarens better than Lambos now. But anyway, let's continue on. Shout out to Ever Diamond Head. Thank you again for that super chat, bro. Let's see. Bada boom. Del May, thank you for the super chat. Said, hi, Frankie. Can you look at high for me? Yes. I can try to look at that in just a second. And shout out to Cali Crypto Dude said, can you briefly explain what 786 is? Maybe Tony D was right. Tony D said, dude, a lot of people asking questions about Fibonacci. Maybe you should make another video about it. Maybe I should. But shout out to I forget who asked it now. But if you go to the channel, we have Fibonacci videos, tutorials. I explain a lot about not only how to use the retracement tool, how to use it to trade and make money, but I also go into like what Fibonacci is and like why it works. It's very interesting. I don't have time to go into it super in depth right now, but simply how we use 786s as a retracement level is we look for price to pull back into these levels. So if I'm looking at this move to the upside and I pull my retracement, and again, if you do not know where to pull your retracements from, these videos on the channel will help you do it, right? Or help you learn how. But again, if we have this move up, we have the golden pocket retracement, right? You come down into the golden pocket. This is oftentimes, if you're going to continue the trend, this is oftentimes where a higher low will come in, right? If you're low, high, higher low, higher high, right? That's an uptrend. Higher low, higher high. This creates the uptrend, and oftentimes, when you get a pullback, you will pull back into that golden pocket level, right? Now, if you break the golden pocket, which we didn't here, and you come down even deeper, sometimes you will go a little bit deeper into that 786, right? And there's tons of other fib levels you can look at, but for me, the golden pocket 786 is kind of that zone that I like to look at pullbacks on, right? So, you know, if I were looking to trade this, right, let me just spit a little sauce here for everybody who's stuck around to the end of the stream. If I were looking at this, right, I would pull my fib from the high to the low. And if I were looking for a long position, what would I be looking at? Well, number one, I would be looking for a pullback, right? I'd be looking for the retracement into where? The golden pocket 786 zone. So this is oftentimes where I put one of these zones, right? And I'll say, hey, if price dips into this level, I will potentially look for a long position. And, you know, if we look at Lux Algo, we've been talking about this a lot recently, and you do have the setup here, right? When you have your Lux Algo Smart Trail flying through your 786 golden pocket retracement like it is here, it adds a little bit of extra sauce to that level and a little bit of a higher probability reaction. And then obviously, I mean, this is hindsight, but you dip in, right? You hit that golden pocket. Why did the smart trail disappear? I don't know why that just disappeared. But what happened? You dip into the smart trail, hit that golden pocket, and you get that big move to the upside, right? And it's a beautiful trade entry, right? So that's how I use them. And again, using that Lux Algo smart trail is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful confirmation. It's part of Lux Algo Premium, so you do have to pay for it. But we do. They are a sponsor of the channel, so we do have links in the description down below, so you can save. And the links are in the description down below. If you want to check out Lux Algo, you could save. Tony D, do you know what our discount is? Let me know in the chat. But if you guys are interested, go ahead and check that link in the description down below. And shout out to Lux Algo for sponsoring the channel. But that's literally how I use it. I didn't even know that was going to be a perfect example of the smart trail. I don't know why it disappeared like that, though. Yeah, why did that break? Interesting. Sometimes TradingView gets weird in bar replay mode. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, and there you go, right? You dip right into the smart trail, 786, boom. And then look, even here, right? You come back up, dip right into the smart trail. It was probably in line with this golden pocket 786 if I were to guess. Where's the high here? Bada boom, right? You dip right into the smart trail golden pocket, big move up. Right? Now, it's not 100%. You can't just get this indicator and just long the smart trail every time. You have to do a little bit more TA, and as you can see, you came down to the smart trail here, and you broke through it, right? But you would be able to tell that you were likely to break through that by doing other forms of TA. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out, brother. Now, let's take a look at high for our boy. I forgot who asked for it. Who asked for it? Shout out to Del May. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. Let's check the Binance chart. Let's clear up the indicators real quick. Come up to the daily. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know much about this. I don't know anything about this. What is this? I love what I say. Like, I don't know much about this. I've never even heard of it. Let's see. Bada boom. It is funny, right? If you took the names of everything off of my, like if you took access away from all the names of any coin, it wouldn't really change much for me, right? Because I'd simply trade the charts. But simply put, right? I don't know what this is. But we do have this somewhat of a bear market range down here, I guess you could call it. And we've broken out once before, got sucked back in, went back down to the low, and now we are potentially trying to break out once again. Now, taking a look at the market cipher, money flow, let's check the weekly here. Money flow crossover into the green as we're starting to exit the range. So this could potentially give us a breakout. Right now, this is obviously dependent on, the market remaining bullish, right? Just because all these other altcoins have broken out doesn't mean they're all going to do the same thing, right? At least right now. But High Street, okay, interesting. Okay. But I'm going to do some research into this. But weekly money flow crossover into the green, this could anticipate the start of a bigger move up, right? We talk about this all the time. Weekly money flow crossover on Doge happened right here, right? What happened after? Gigantic 200% move, I believe. 200% move to the upside, right? We've seen a lot of altcoins do this, right? Matic's still in the red. Let's see. Link, right? Link is another one we always look at. Money flow crossover into the green right here on the weekly. What happened? Boom, 207% pump, right? So, again, not guaranteeing that that's going to happen, but, you start looking at high here, and you're breaking out of that bear market range with the money flow crossover, not saying it's going to be exactly a 200% pump, but, more likely than not, right? I should say you have a better chance than any to break out here, right, because of the weekly money flow crossover. And then you start looking at these lower time frames. Look at the 4-hour money flow coming out. This is very similar to a lot of other stuff, right? Like, it's breaking out of that bear market range. You're not necessarily out of the woods just yet. I would probably be looking at this as a pretty important zone of support. I would also watch the 786 down here as well. These are two areas I would look at if you continue down. And to be honest here, guys, like, let's say the halving gives you a gigantic move down, right? Like, let's say the halving comes and we get a post-halving dump, right? We usually get pre-halving dumps. Well, it looks like we're not going to get that this time. Maybe we get a post-halving dump, right? I'm buying, right? Like, I'm buying on the way down, right? Like, even if we break back into this range, lose the 786, right? If I believed in this project and I had conviction in the tech and I knew the founders were good and they had good partnerships and I really believed in it, which I'm not saying I do. Again, I don't know anything about this project, but if I did, right, I would be DCAing in. I would look at this as a lucky opportunity, right? You get the pull back into here. This is an opportunity to pick it up, right? And it's really funny how many people will say, oh, man, I missed the bottom here. Dang it. And then it starts pulling back. And I talk about, like, hey, I bought this today. I bought that. And people are like, oh, you're buying, man? It's crashing. And I'm like, you were just telling me you felt like you were late to the party, and now it's cheap, and you don't want to buy it. What the heck is going on? This happened in the just with Bitcoin in the bear market, right? People were saying at 30K, oh my God, dude, can you believe Bitcoin? It was $5,000 once. If it went down to $5,000 again, I would mortgage my house and buy it. And then Bitcoin goes down to 15.5, and everybody doesn't want to buy it. It's crazy. It's really crazy. The emotions and psychology of the market is absolutely insane. But that's what I would look at here on high, right? Support here potentially, lose it. If you don't bounce off that 786, I would look for a bigger move back down into this range POC and value area low, which both actually have some nice confluence here with other fib levels, right? So there you go. Not looking too shabby if you came down there. So yeah, that's what I'd be looking at. Weekly money flow doesn't look too bad. And again, once you break out of that range, if you pull up that VPVR, now I don't have a lot of price action or price history up here to look at. But, once you break above this little local, range here, volume falls off pretty good, right? So that's where it could start getting fun. But yeah, again, I don't know a lot about this project. So whether this thing, this might be a scam for all I know. I'm not saying it is. I just don't know. Doesn't look like it, though. I'll be honest. It's available on every major exchange. It's on oh, no, never mind. I thought it was on eToro. I was like, what the heck? But anyway, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Shout out to Andy Rock Crypto. What is going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to the Godfather. Said Crow, please, Frankie. Crow. Shout out to Godfather. Let's check out Crow real quick. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. I said 3 or 4. Looks like it turned into 11. But anyway, let's take a quick look at Crow. Very similar, right? Bear market range, right? You break out. I would actually argue. I would argue this is your bear market range, right? It's kind of ugly, to be honest. But yeah, either way you look at this, right? What happened? Your weekly money flow crossover happened, and what happened? Big move to the upside. right here. Come on. Let me just use the measure tool for one time in my life. There we go. 140%, right? And look at that back test on the value area high as well, right? Bing, bong. That's a nice bullish retest. And honestly, a pretty bullish weekly candle. A mega bull hammer, I would call that, right? Or as I like to call it, a bullish ball peen. You guys know about ball peen hammers. Anyway, let's see. Let's pull up the VPVR real quick. That's weird. This said my name. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. So, yeah, this would be a massive, massive key level right here. If you get a move above 20 cents, right, in my opinion, that is probably where the fun's going to begin, right? Because you get a breakout of this level, your next high volume node is sitting up here at about 40 cents. So once you get above this level and hold support, pretty big gap up to that 40-cent level, and not really much there holding you down, right? So a little boop right up to that would not be too unlikely in my opinion. And then if you do continue up, what I would look at would be sitting right here. I would look at this range, right? If you do continue up, and it's the POC of this range, which is not uncommon to see. So let me go ahead and turn that neutral. We'll grab that value area high, the POC, and that value area low. So here's some context above if this thing does wind up getting a big move up at some point. And it's not, we don't typically look at Crow. So yeah, I mean, once you wind up getting up and break that, I would say 20 cents is your big level, right? That's probably going to give you the doorway to get you up to your previous value area low here. And then once you get above that, the next likely place for price to go is going to be that 40-cent POC, right? Just simply put. And then locally coming down to the lower time frames probably looks very similar to everything else. And let's see. Take a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, money flow crossing over into the red. So obviously you do have a little bit of a more local range here, right? What we just did there was much more macro. But you could always look at this kind of local range. Money flow coming out could potentially, call for more downside. Key levels of support would be the value area low right here at 13 cents. You break below that, I'd probably be looking down as another key level of support, this macro value area high at 11 cents. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on crypto.com or Crow, as some people call it. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to Bad Axe. I realized that as soon as it came out of my mouth, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate you all for hanging out till the end of the stream. Did we get 550 likes? Oh, baby, we're so close. 508 likes. But thank you all for smashing the like button. And seriously, guys, I appreciate all the super chats and all the love that we got today. Was absolutely insane. I appreciate you guys for sticking around till the end. And yeah, thank you for the support, guys. Absolutely crazy. It's the thing that makes me the most proud about this YouTube channel is the group of amazing people that we've congregated in the same place. It's absolutely insane. And, I couldn't be happier to have a community like the CandleMafia. And with all that being said, I love each and every single one of you guys. I will see you probably not tomorrow. Like I said, I will be traveling tomorrow and Monday. But I will try to keep you guys updated. If I can make any market updates, maybe I'll be at the baptism, just like pulling out the MacBook real quick. Like, guys, money flow coming out on the daily. This is not good. Red dot printing. I don't know. But yeah, I'll try to keep you guys as updated as possible. But if anything, we'll be back to our normal schedule on Tuesday. And with all that being said, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I seriously mean that from the bottom of my heart. I do not just say it because I'm on camera. I seriously feel lucky to have you guys here. So with all that being said, I'll see you guys on Tuesday probably. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up. up, whose man's high? Through it all, I stay the same. I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up from my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear in my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right. I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life. I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose, and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen them down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a mill, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got it.
I just realized that he drops a bar. What is going on with this light? What is? Hey, son, get out of here. Get out of here. Anyway, I just realized he said, I'm the Don, pop the, what do you say? I don't know. Anyway, guys, shout out to Crypto Billy. I do want to show this, or play this for the Mafia. Shout out to Crypto Billy. He made a Frankie Candles song. So let's go ahead and play it real quick. Let me unmute here. I don't know if this is going to work. You guys let me know if you hear it. Here we go. Hopefully this is, yeah, let's play it. Here we go.
Frankie Candles, Mafia, kings of the trade. Cryptocurrency, we getting paid. VWIPOCVH. Don't know the game, we into fail. Pulling up and making moves in the market.
It comes with lyrics. Can you guys hear this? Hopefully you can
We
hear
never settle, always looking to target.
Comes with lyrics.
High, that's how we roll. Stacking them coins, watching our wallets grow. We're the traders, having all the fun. Big risk, big wins, we're second to none. Frankie Candles, we're making moves so bold. When it comes to crypto, we're the ones that click. We're the ones that click.
POC.
Volume profile is our go-to tool. Money flow is what we use. Mafia knows what to do. Join us and you can too. Pulling up and making moves in the market.
This is not the version he sent to me. This is a
We
longer
never
one.
settle, always looking to target. Fly low, so high, that's how we roll. Stacking them coins, watching our wallets grow. We're the traders, having all the fun. Big risk, big wins, we're second to none. Frankie Candles, we're making moves so bold. When it comes to crypto, we're the ones that click. We're the ones that click. We're the traders, having all the fun. Big risk, big wins, we're second to none. Frankie Candles, we're making moves so bold. When it comes to crypto, we're the ones that click.
No, 12 pick. It is Dave. It is Dave.
We're the ones that click.
Well, with all that being said, guys, shout out to Crypto Billy for getting that made. Shout out to you, bro. He literally says value area low, POC, value area high. Insane. Shout out to Crypto Billy. You're the man. I had to show that to you guys. That was a longer version with extra lyrics. So shout out to Crypto Billy. But with all that being said, guys, I'll see you on Tuesday right here, same place, same time. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, maxed out, put the pedal to
started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen them down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a meal, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Told him come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.